A papaya tree that has a healthy head, healthy tip, has its fruit so sweet.
Oh.
It's an indication that down there in the roots, your papaya is so much alive.
Hi farmers, this is a continuation of the sit down we had with Mr. Njine, and from now I will be joining him in a few so that he can take us through the introduction on how from seed propagation and how to achieve a matured papaya plant. Yeah, he has a lot to tell us about this amazing plant because he's a fruit guru. And if you need seeds, I see he has most of the seedlings, they are available in his orchard, so that you can call him with the number that I post below so that you can reach out and you'll be sorted out. I'll be joining in a few so that you can give us more explanation to this project. Hi Mr. Njine.
Hi.
Sasa nataka utuelezee sasa kwa muktadha utupeleke na in our Gen Z we call it utupeleke na linga.
Alright,
Yeah,
karibuni sana. Tunaanza na kusoma jinsi ya kuotesha papaya.
Yeah.
When you go sowing your seeds, you fetch your seeds from the shops. Once you fetch your seeds, you soak them for at least 24 hours. You get a small container, put in some water, also put in some, appropriate fungicide, basically pesticide, appropriate, like Matano. Matano is a pesticide that, has both fungicide and insecticide together. You soak, put it into the water, soak your seeds for 24 hours. From there, prepare your seedling bags. Your seedling bags, that is, you pot them. You could refer to as potting. Put soil into it. That's you pot it. Then perforate it appropriately. Ensure that your potting bag is able to drain any excess water.
I thought it was just stirred accidentally, so it has a purpose.
It has a purpose.
Okay.
A very vital purpose. But we attribute this factor to at least 50% germination. The moment they are perforated, you increase your chances of germination by at least 50%. Well perforated, potted with soil, appropriate soil. Then from there, you soak your seeds for...
Before we continue, let me interrupt your conversation. There's something you have mentioned about soaking your seeds. What's the purpose of soaking your seeds the first day?
All right. The purpose of soaking your seeds is to enable them absorb much water easily. Because the moment you place them in your potting bags, you need to water them. How well they interact with the water is not as much as when they are soaked. So purpose of soaking is to increase, their water uptake.
Okay.
Such that they are able to germinate.
Okay, thank you.
So once they are soaked for 24 hours, in your potting bag, you make a hole. You can do it with your own finger or any other apparatus. Place your seeds, then cover it slightly. Then bring them together in a nursery.
That one is day one.
That is day one.
Okay.
Day one. On the day ones too, you have to cover them. Those that you've potted, cover them with a material that slightly allows air in and out. Perhaps a gunia, perhaps a shade net like this one. That is on day one. Water your potted bags for like a week. After 7 days, you start to observe whether they are germinating. Once they begin germinating, you remove the covering, then place over them a shade like we have, a slight shade. This is a shade net like 55%.
What is the purpose of it?
This is to screen the intensity of the sun.
Oh, okay.
Too much sunlight will scorch your young seedlings to death. Yeah, so as a result, it is very advisable you do a shade net. Once you do a shade net and your seeds are germinating, do not germinate on the same day, all of them. Please be patient. The first day, out of 100, you may realize that one has germinated. By the 5th day, you realize that 20 have germinated. In a span of like 21 days, you realize that all your viable seeds have germinated. Yeah. So patience in this process is important.
Even we say patience space.
Exactly.
What is the next step from here?
The next step, after you've sowed your seeds, ensure that as you water them, you don't give them just plain water. Give them some water with some nutrients. You may do some, we refer to as drenching. Into your watering can, mix some foliar feed as you water your seedlings, so that they come up healthy,
like this,
as they are.
And they look awesome.
Yeah, healthy as they are.
So
From there now, within 60 days, you seedlings are perhaps this size. This is how many inches?
it is almost from year to year.
Yeah,
Almost 12.
almost 12. So anything between 8 and 12 inches is right for transplanting. Overgrown seedlings, 15 centimeters high, will have overgrowth of roots. So as you transplant them, they'll start to wither. Because too much roots were outside your potting bag. Always transplant when they are young enough.
There's something I've observed. If I've seen, and I want to ask this question. For other seedlings like the avocado seedlings, sometimes you find them they have been grafting. It has been grafted. Yeah. Why is the pawpaw not grafted, or it is?
Papayas normally are not grafted. Papayas are propagated in the categories of hybrids. What happens if you want to improve the characteristics of your papaya? Normally, what happens is that they are interbred in a greenhouse.
Yeah.
They come up as hybrids. That's like tomatoes and what have you. That's the aspect of papaya.
Okay.
Yeah. For papaya, grafting, no. You want to improve your papaya, contract that company that does greenhouse farming, interbreed your papayas within a greenhouse, then you get a different varieties that has better characteristics.
Okay, I understand now. So after you have said that the moment is matured in that size, about between 8 to 12 inches,
yeah,
you now can be able to propagate the seeds and take it to the mainland.
Yeah, you can transport them to your main farm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we shall be going to plant
We shall be going to the farm to plant
I can't
one or
wait
two.
to experience. Then
Please help me carry this.
Make sure that you name the tree after me.
Yeah.
After we have moved from the seedbed, now we have come to the open field, because I understand this is the main factor that you are supposed to consider for you to be a pawpaw farmer. And Mr. Njine will be taking us through on what we are supposed to do so that we can be able to plant our seedling. Yeah, Mr. Njine, you can continue. Tell us more what you need to do.
Karibuni once more. Now we are establishing a papaya block. When you go establishing a papaya block, the first factor to consider is that your shamba is an open field, as you can see. That implies you don't do papayas under trees. So that's why we've chosen an open field. From that point now, you need to establish your spacing. That is 13 feet between the lows and 5 feet between the stems.
So you mean the moment I have one of the seedlings here, the other one is supposed to be 5 feet apart?
A step and a half. That is 5 feet. A step and a half. Good.
Okay.
That is along one line. Yeah.
So then what about across? Between the lows, you do 4 steps, 4 full steps. That is 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the distance between the lows. And we say the distance between stems is 1 step and a half. By that pattern, you can establish a commercial farm. Yeah.
2 acres, 5 acres, 10 acres, 50 acres, and is efficient to operate in that farm.
How many plants can 1 acre hold?
By that spacing, over 4 meters by 1.5, an acre will accommodate 720 stems.
A whole acre?
A whole acre will accommodate 720 stems.
I mean about the seedlings. How many? Okay.
1 acre of land.
1 acre of land
will accommodate 720 stems.
Oh, I understood the other way. 7. I was asking myself. 720. And how many kgs can 720 trees produce?
In real time, we give it 500 kgs per week.
So if a land is producing 500 kgs per week, you can do math. Do a referral from the first video you did from the sit down. He mentioned about the costs when the market is up and the moment the market is down. You can do your calculation and understand, and you'll be having your answer. I want us to plant now.
Now, so let's plant. Taking this as our beginning step, we shall do a hole. We shall do 1 hole here. Then the other one we shall do 1.5 steps. 1.5. So moving ahead along one row. So the holes are not so big. The holes should be 2 feet in diameter and 1 to 1.5 feet in depth. So I'll do one.
Yeah. So it is a 2 by 2.
It's a 2 by 1.5.
Field.
Yeah.
The moment you are making a decision to become a commercial farmer, what is the purpose of an open field? Because I guess from the first sit down we had, you mentioned about a mistake you did sometimes back that you regret to see today. Why an open field?
An open field is important because it ensures that all stems in your farm receives maximum sunlight. As a result, you don't have erogations. So weakening and tall trees.
Yeah.
Owing to lack of sunlight.
Yeah. I need to help you so that it is almost 1 foot down.
That is enough. That is enough. Now to that hole.
Yeah.
To that hole, you'll add some manure. At least 1 kilo or 1.5. Then you do a handful of fertilizer. Like this.
It is approximate how many?
This is like 100 grams.
Okay.
100 grams of fertilizer. Then after that, you mix up the fertilizer, the manure, and the soil by making this place soft.
So it is ready now.
That is ready for planting.
So that you can plant our fruits today.
Yeah. So let's plant one of our seedlings.
Yeah.
So you pick a sharp razor, cut out the potting bag very nicely. You remove the potting bag.
Now we just water. The only thing remaining is watering. Then we wait for a harvest now.
Nope. After watering, you'll do a top dressing on the same hole at the age of 2 months.
2 months.
Yeah. You come to fill the rest of the fat with the part with fertilizer, then manure.
Okay.
By so doing, your hole will flatten. Will have the same level as the ground.
Wow.
So your that top dressing will come up now in this. The spacing we said 4 meters.
Yeah.
13 feet. That's why now you'll be feeding after the age of 5 months.
So after 5 months now, you can be able to enjoy your fruits now. You can start enjoying, seeing the flowering.
The flowering will come in 45 to 60 days. First harvest will come in 6 to 7 months.
So I have to wait for 6 months now for me to start
harvesting.
Okay.
Planting papayas by this method is cost effective. Planting papayas by this method gives them a lifespan. You don't bury your papayas so deep into the soil. Otherwise, if you are doing a new block, to easen this work is good if you can plow using a tractor. Just plow your whole land. Make the structure of the land soft. So potting now your land, pitting your land will be now more affordable.
There is another question I want to ask. There's a farmer who is in arid areas, dry areas where there's no access to water, even the farming water. For you, I've seen you have an advantage because you have source of water. For farmers who are in, can the papaya plant be able to stand in that condition?
Papayas would grow in semi-arid areas with moderate amount of water. Papayas won't grow with complete lack of water. They'll need some water. For commercial farming of papayas, you will need now adequate
Water.
amount of water.
Oh, okay.
For commercial purposes, ensure you have water. You can use either drip irrigation to save the amount of water you're using. If you have so much water like me, you can do the open field.
Yeah. So here is
Day one.
day one of planting our seeds. Now I want you to take you to 5 months from now and show you what we have been able to achieve. And in a few, I'll take you to a plantation where we shall be seeing how the plants have matured. Because this is the one we wait for 5 months.
That is after 5 months.
5 months. And my question is, it is so short. Is it a variety or it is every papaya plant that grows to that size?
This is a variety. We found was red royal. I'm a red royal.
Red royal.
Red royal. Red royal will appear perfectly dwarf. I'll show you Vega papaya at the same age. Do you see the slight difference in height? Yeah. Let's proceed.
You can see the water is in excess. Yeah, so there's availability of water because it is about commercial farming. So you mean this is 5 months?
This is 5 months old.
A different variety?
A different variety.
Okay.
So this is Vega papaya at the age of 5 months. We expect, with this kind of vigor, we expect the first harvest at 6 to 6.5 months. We expect the first papayas to be coloring and ripening, ready for the market.
The moment we say at 6 months you can be able to harvest, is it the maximum maturity in size, or because for the royal, I can see it is a dwarf?
It is a perfect dwarf.
Can it grow to up to another height, or that one is the maximum height?
Red royal will grow to a higher height than that after a longer period. It achieves height so slowly, unlike the Vega papaya that achieves height more easily, more fast.
If today I invite you to my farm, and I'm a pawpaw farmer, how do you know that I have been able to maximize on the outcome of the plants?
We establish the health of your farm by observing this head part, referred to as the head of the papaya.
Yeah.
How wide is it? How healthy is it? The moment you have this part healthy, I'll automatically rate you to as a farmer who is going to make profit. Because as you can see, with a healthy tip, healthy head, more fruits come up.
Yeah.
This is the future of your papaya tree. This is the future of your papaya farm. The moment you have this, you are safe.
I see there are other kids coming up. It's flowering.
Yeah. As a result of the healthy head.
Yeah. So the head determines the progress of the future of the pawpaw plant.
This is very vital. To an extent, actually, this will also determine how sweet your papayas are. A papaya tree that has a healthy head, healthy tip, has its fruit so sweet. Oh. It's an indication that down there in the root, your papaya is so much alive.
It is after 6 months that we are enjoying the fruits, as you can see. Now I want to understand about after this, what is the next? Because after I harvest it, when do I know that it is fully mature, that it is ready for harvest? Because I can't wait to enjoy it.
You know what? It is ready for harvest when it starts to change color from green to yellow. As you can see in this plant. The moment your fruit starts to color, as you can see over there.
I see they can turning yellowish.
Yeah, as you can see over there, as you can see over here, as you can see over here. These are papayas that are 6.5 months old.
Because I guess the moment I see the yellow color, for me, I understand that bright colors attract predators. Yeah. Do you wait until it fully mature, it ripens up, or how do you harvest it?
With this kind of variety, bearing in mind that they are so sweet, they make their bricks so early in time. These papayas are ready for picking. They are picked, taken to the shelves, waiting to ripen, and perhaps consumed. They're also waiting for clients. Come pick them, take them to their houses, and wait for them to ripen. Otherwise, Vega papaya at that time is ready for harvest.
It's ready for harvest.
Actually, at the slightest coloration, the slightest 1% is ready for picking.
Because I came to understand about in different farm produces, there is different products that can be value added. Earlier before you mentioned about that you have not done value addition. If today you decide to do value addition, what are some of the products that you can make from cocoa? Because it is in future, we will visit and we shall see it.
Okay, I've observed in developed countries. I've done my research on the processed papayas. What can I get from there? I've learned there is a papaya jam, there is a papaya salads, things of that sort.
So you apply jam on the papaya jam on the bread.
On your bread.
Okay, I can't wait for that time to come so that I can make sure that I buy a bread and make sure that I enjoy it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I think we have maximized on that one. Huh?